Thank you for joining us for this story from man's history. The Secretive Battalion, officially designated as the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, was also known as the Ghost Army. It was established during the Second World War to bewilder and outwit the German forces. Tasked with a distinct objective of hiding the location and identity of Allied forces, this group of 1,100 soldiers implemented a range of tactics to confound the enemy and shield genuine military movements. Military deception tactics have a long history, the most famous likely being the Greek army's use of the Trojan horse. Inspired by the success of British covert operations in North Africa at the start of the war, the United States military established the Ghost Army in January 1944. The brainchild of Major Ralph Ingersoll and Colonel Billy Harris, the Ghost Army was made up of a diverse blend of individuals, including painters, actors, builders, performers, and sound technicians, some of whom later rose to fame as renowned artists and designers. Their purpose was to create deceptions so that the information the enemy gathered would lead to false conclusions. Additionally, units were mobile, able to carry out one set of deceptions at one location, then pack up, and move to carry out a completely different deception in another place. The strategies and illusions employed by this top-secret unit enabled them to simulate the movements and actions of two entire divisions of troops, approximately 30,000 men. The Ghost Army landed in Europe just before D-Day in May and continued operations until the end of the war in July 1945. During that time, the Ghost Army executed its deceitful campaign, often working close to the front lines, employing inflatable tanks and artillery, utilizing sound-emitting vehicles, creating counterfeit radio signals, and misleading radio broadcasts, as well as engaging in other manners of deception to confuse the German army. The first of the Ghost Army to land in Normandy, the 603rd Platoon, was tasked with hiding the 980th Artillery Battalion by advancing towards Germany with rubber inflatable cannons ahead of the 980th's actual position. The illusion proved triumphant as the counterfeit artillery faced heavy bombardment, while the 980th advanced securely through France. As the remainder of the Ghost Army reached France, the troopers moved eastwards in tandem with the rest of the army. Another mission entailed confusing the Germans about the whereabouts of General George Patton's Third Army. This enabled Patton's army to outmaneuver the enemy and advance swiftly towards Germany. During an assault on the city of Metz, the Ghost Army used inflatable tanks and loudspeakers that emitted sounds of military activity to confuse the enemy, stalling them for a week until reinforcements could arrive to secure a vulnerable gap in the front. During Operation Vierzen, in March 1945, the Ghost Army deployed 600 dummies, disseminated false reports about troop movements via radio chatter, used simulated sounds of pontoon bridge construction and artillery fire, drawing German units away from the 9th Army's crossing of the Rhine River. In other instances, the Ghost Army meticulously created a facade of military activity by stenciling fabricated division numbers and insignias onto their vehicles, establishing mock headquarters and command posts, and creating a presence of fake commanders and generals. The soldiers even went to the extent of sewing counterfeit unit patches onto their uniforms and engaging in deceptive conversations in public venues to mislead any potential German spies. By the time the Ghost Army withdrew from Europe in March 1945, They were responsible for safeguarding the lives of tens of thousands of fellow soldiers with their elaborate deceptions in regions such as France, Luxembourg, Belgium, Italy, and Germany. However, their accomplishments, which aided in securing victory in the war, remained largely unknown. At the end of the war, the unit's soldiers were sworn to secrecy, military records were classified, and their equipment was packed away, in case a similar unit was needed against the Soviet Union during the Cold War. The extraordinary endeavors of the Ghost Army were eventually declassified in 1996. In February 2022, members of the Ghost Army were honored with the Congressional Gold Medal for their exceptional dedication and contributions to the war efforts. The influence of the Ghost Army transcends beyond World War II, as their legacy endures, inspiring contemporary military strategies. Their adept use of deception tactics laid the groundwork for present-day psychological operations, underscoring the enduring impact of their contributions. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell. Stay tuned for more videos, coming soon.